I discourage any discussion of impeachment. On a political side, I think it's a gift to the Republicans to talk about impeachment.
The last thing this country needs is impeachment proceedings that move forward as a matter of course because we don't like the president.
You can't jump the gun and determine that somebody should be impeached when you're going to be voting on the impeachment issue. It is too early to talk about impeachment.
Oh, they're all lying. The entire Democratic Party base wants the president impeached. John Nichols writes for The Nation, just wrote a piece asking, why are so many Democrats afraid of impeachment? John Nichols joins us tonight. John, I don't think I agree with you on much. Normally, I'd be here arguing with you, but I'm just going to give you a sincere compliment. I thought your piece was honest. This is the constitutionally prescribed remedy for a president you think has gone off the rails. I don't believe that. You do. But impeachment is the answer. Democrats support it. Why are the leaders of the Democratic Party not willing to admit that?
I think they're playing a political game. And I think that you assume that they would impeach if they got power. I'm not sure of that. I think that there is a tepidness about using impeachment as a live instrument of the Constitution. Holding a president who has, as you suggest, gone off the rails, who I would suggest abuses the office, to account. And but clearly, at this point, there's a tremendous pressure on members of the party and on folks to not talk about impeachment. My sense is that's very problematic, because if you are saying that the President of the United States has abused his office, if you are suggesting that he's doing things that are clearly impeachable, but then you say, well, but let's not talk about impeachment, that creates an unreality to the discourse. And I think, frankly, it's not appropriate. I think that a discussion of impeachment is healthy. I think it's necessary. But B, it's also something that I think politicians of both parties tend to fear too much.
Well, but it's above. What I like about it, and again, I'm not for it, but it's above board. It takes place in public, and people can make their public arguments. And what they're doing instead is subverting entire federal agencies, and liberals should be worried about this, law enforcement and intel agencies, to do their bidding. Why do that? If you have a case, be a man about it, say what it is, voters can assess it. That's what impeachment is. That's why the founders put it in the founding documents. So why would the leaders of the party pretend, oh, that's off the table? It just seems so feline and dishonest.
Again, I'm not sure they're pretending, Tucker. We will see if Democrats get control of the House, whether they would move on it. But remember that back in the George W. Bush presidency, there was a significant agitation at the grassroots of the Democratic Party, and frankly beyond it, among a lot of folks, for impeachment of President Bush. Nancy Pelosi came to power. I know you do, because you actually followed it. And Nancy Pelosi came to power in 2007, and one of her first signals was off the table. And so this is a complexity on this issue. Now, where it goes back to, I think you and I both know, is the Clinton impeachment. And there's a sense that the Clinton impeachment led to political repercussions for Republicans. In fact, if you look at it, the repercussions were not as great as some people assume. But I always remind folks that if you look at the Nixon impeachment, which obviously wasn't brought to fruition, but was a very serious moment, there weren't political repercussions for the Democrats in that. And so I do think that we have a lot of politicians on both sides, Republicans and Democrats, who avoid accountability moments and frankly, avoid opening up the discussions when they should be doing so.
Exactly. They're avoiding accountability. And I have to say, again, I don't think I agree with you on anything, including what to order for dinner. But I appreciate the honesty of the actual left in this case, trying to hold your party, not mine, yours, to some account and to honesty. So thank you, John, for doing that. Not a backhanded compliment, a sincere one. Thanks.
I appreciate it, Tucker, and I'm sure I won't get any pats on the back for it. But
no, you definitely won't.
Okay.